have our oldest joining us, Corky, who is 52 years old. And in here is one of her personal favorites, Ikaika. He's known to be one of our most fun and goofy whales. He's 13 years old. And then we also have Kasatka. Now, Kasatka has a crucial role to our park and the pod of our killer whales. Kasatka is the matriarch, which means she's the dominant whale in our pod. So she kind of helps them all gel together, and she's in there, in this pool, with her son, Nakai. He is her oldest son. He is 14 years old and one of our quickest learners. Kasatka does live here with her family. She lives here with her daughter, Kalia, who recently just gave birth to her first calf just about a year and a half ago. And so she lives here with also her granddaughter and then her other son, Makani, who will be 4 years old this next Valentine's Day. So here at Seaworld San Diego, we're a part of a variety of different types of research studies. One of my favorite research studies is actually a hearing study. So just like many of us may have been to a hearing doctor and took a test, and every time you hear a tone, you raise your hand to communicate that you heard that tone. Well, we've actually trained the whales to exhale or blow bubbles every time they hear a tone. And so with this, we have been actually able to get a threshold and an average, of how well they can hear both high and low frequencies. And with this, hopefully we can help the wild populations, knowing how well that they can hear the range that does affect them, and see, our boats affecting where they're going or loud noises in the ocean. So that's a really fun research study that we were about, that we just completed.
Thank you.
So killer whales have anywhere from 40 to 54 conical interlocking teeth, which means their teeth look very similar to an upside down ice cream cone and work just like a zipper. They don't chew their food, but they swallow it completely whole. And hopefully during one of our interactions you'll get the opportunity to see that. Right as you're moving down their body, their eyes are located right in front of those white oval eye patches. Now they have excellent eyesight both in and out of the water, and a fun fact about their eyes is that they actually have a mucus layer that covers their eyes. And if you get a close look, you'll see it. Now that's actually to protect their eyes in the salt water. So just like many of us may wear goggles if we go in the pool or in the ocean, they actually have that adaptation to preserve and protect their eyes. Now you might be wondering why they have those big white patches, the white little eye patches. That serves as a purpose. Now their coloration serves as two purposes. Their black and white pattern helps camouflage their size and shape from their prey. And that is actually called disruptive coloration. And then if you take a close look at them, you'll notice that they're primarily dark on top, on their dorsal side, and light on their ventral side. Now this also serves as a purpose as they are hunting. So if they are hunting in the depths of the sea and an animal is looking at them from the top, they'll blend in with the depth of the ocean. And then also if a prey is looking up at the killer whale, then that light coloration will blend in with the surface and the sunlight at the top of the water. Now they do have pectoral flippers, and I call them flippers because there's bones in their pectoral flippers. They use their pectoral flippers for steering and stopping as they swim in the water. And a fun fact about their pectoral flippers is that there's a very similar bone structure between that of their pectoral flipper and your hand. But as you move on down their body, you'll notice their dorsal fin. Now, the most commonly asked question we get here at Seaworld is why do some of their dorsal fins bend? And that's a great question. You'll notice Corky right here, closest to me. She is our oldest whale and she has a completely straight dorsal fin, so it doesn't have anything to do with age. Corky is 52 and Ikaika has a thin dorsal fin and he's 13 years old. Now, their dorsal fin has no skeletal structure in it. So what I mean by that is that in their dorsal fin, there's no bone and there's no muscle. So it's just made up of connective tissue, which is very similar to your ears. So if you feel your ears, you'll notice that you can actually bend your ears because there's no bone in your ears. Well, if they spend more time at the surface of the water, which here at Seaworld, our interactions are at the surface of the water, the sun will break down that tissue. Once the dorsal fin starts to bend, gravity takes it over. So it's actually not related to age or health or Happiness, it's simply tissue that is getting warmed up by the sun, and once it starts to bend over, of course gravity continues to take it over. As you move on down their body, you'll make your way to their peduncle and their flukes. Now, killer whales are among the fastest of all marine mammals. They actually use powerful up and down thrusts of their tail flukes, and they can reach speeds up to 28 miles per hour. They generally cruise at speeds less than 8 miles per hour, but can reach speeds of 28 miles per hour. So that's just a little bit about their body and their adaptations. Here at Seaworld, we do a variety of different types of sessions. So many of you may just see a show and you think, you know, a show is all that we do here at Seaworld, but really, in fact, it's a lot more in depth than that. We can incorporate any types of our sessions into a show. The only difference is that you see lights and cameras and splashy, but really we can incorporate any of our sessions into that. And what I mean by that is we do exercise sessions, so just like many of you may take a walk or ride a bike or a jog, we ask our animals to participate in higher energy behaviors to get their heart rate going. So if we see them jumping across the pool in multiple positions, this could really actually be an exercise session that we're doing with the whales during the show. And that's just to maintain the best health care possible. Now we also do learn sessions, so that can be from them learning something new, or from a learn session